It's a Scream, baby. I love the Scream franchise. It's my favorite slasher series, and it all started with 1996's Scream. I remember this movie wasn't even on my radar. The previews made it look kind of like another generic slasher movie, and slasher movies were not in a good place in the mid-90s. Movies like Jason Goes to Hell with Jason Voorhees fizzled out. Halloween flopped with The Curse of Michael Myers. Freddy face planted with The New Nightmare, which should have gotten more love because it kind of sets this movie up in terms of the tone and the meta elements. Fans were losing hope that the genre could ever feel fresh again. Now, I didn't even check this out in theaters. I was too young at the time, and it wasn't really on my radar. I rented it from Blockbuster once it hit VHS. When it opened in December of 1996, it didn't open very big. But word of mouth spread quickly, and the film ended up making over $100 million at the domestic box office, which was massive for the 90s. What really set it apart was the meta story and the self-aware characters. The movie wasn't just another slasher. It was a slasher about slashers, and that perspective breathed new life into the genre. Scream follows a group of high school students in the quiet town of Woodsboro who find themselves stalked by a mass killer known as Ghostface. As the body count rises, the characters begin openly discussing horror movie tropes. Rules about who lives, who dies, and how slasher films usually end, while realizing those same rules may be controlling their own fate. By blending a classic whodunit structure with sharp self-awareness, the film constantly blurs the line between horror movies and real-life horror. For fans of the genre, like me, it's like watching the movie and a commentary on the movie at the same time, which was kind of revolutionary back then. I think it might have been the first time characters knew they were inside of a horror movie. The legendary Wes Craven directs this, and his career was totally revitalized by this film. Under his direction, the movie features a terrific cast who are completely in sync with the meta tone. Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, David Arquette, Jamie Kennedy, they're all fantastic. Their characters aren't just names on a page, they feel real. And their awareness of horror movie logic makes them unforgettable. Even after some of their untimely deaths in the many sequel, these characters remain iconic. Then there's Skeet Ulrich and Matthew Lillard, the OG Ghostfaces. In my opinion, they're still the benchmark for Ghostfaces. Others have tried and come close, but these two nailed the chemistry and unpredictability of a killer duo. The extended kitchen scene at the end is wild and unforgettable, and it's all because of how they play off each other. I still remember how nuts it was to realize the slasher was actually two people working together, something that's hadn't really been done in slasher films before, at least not that I know of. It was the first time I'd seen something like that, unmasking two people at the same time. I also love how savage this movie is. The kills and Ghostface do not pull their punches. I still get unnerved by seeing poor Steve with his guts hanging out on the backyard patio, just because Drew Barrymore could not get the right answer of who the original killer in the first Friday the 13th was. And how crazy was it that Drew Barrymore was the biggest face on some of the posters, only to get brutally murdered in the opening scenes? That opening completely shocked me the first time I saw it, and it sets the tone for the entire film. You immediately know no one is safe, and the movie doesn't care about your expectations, and it certainly didn't care about my expectations. There's not much more I can say about this movie that hasn't already been said over the years. It completely changed the game for slasher films and spawned a kick-ass franchise that's still going strong. Scream 7 comes out in a few days. I'm genuinely excited. I can't wait to see it. And I still get excited to revisit the original Scream after all these years. I would love if they do a theatrical re-release, especially since I never got to see it and experience it in that way. This is one of those movies I wish I could watch again for the first time, feeling that mix of terror, shock, and excitement that made horror movies fun again. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this kind of content and you want to see more, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks again, take care.